All right, Sanele, between the slips, we're back again.
Yes.
We're going to talk about the Lionel Messi situation, which is a developing story, obviously.
Yeah.
Last week, he put in a transfer request to leave Barcelona.
Yeah.
And it's back and forth now. The club have been in talks with his father, who is his agent, and obviously Messi. And it looks like it is likely, or rather it is unlikely, that Messi is going to be staying at Barcelona. So the exit door is open for him to leave.
Yes.
And obviously it's a developing story, Sanele, and a lot has happened thus far.
A lot has happened. I mean, he didn't even pitch up for the corona testing and for training as well. So his heart is set to leave. It is sad, like we touched on last week, but like we say, it is a developing story. But the question is now, with such a large, because Barcelona are not willing to let him go for free.
Yeah.
He wants to go for free, and his buy clause, like we stated in the last
700
video,
M.
is 700 million. And look, I mean, who has enough money to scratch out that clause currently?
Yeah.
But one of the murmurings that have been going around is that City are licking their fingers to get the
front runners to sign Messi. But obviously La Liga also came through this week, and they're basically supporting Barcelona in the fact that Messi has to go for a fee. He can't go for free, basically. That's what they were saying. And whoever wants Messi has to pay that amount of money. If it's not 700 million or at least 100 million or something like that. But basically they are fighting to keep Messi in the league, not only in Barcelona.
Look, I mean, there's a sort of discrepancy that people might not be aware of.
Yeah.
There's a clause in Messi's contract that allows him to go for free at the end of every season.
Yeah.
But
so whenever he wants to leave, he's free to go.
He's free to go.
Yeah.
But because of these inauspicious times of the pandemic, the league finished a tad bit later. So because the league was set to start at a certain time and to end at a certain time, because it was extended, they never changed, they never amended that contract to go with the pandemic. So he's saying, Messi's saying, oi, I have that clause in the contract where I can go for free, and Barcelona are saying, no, my son, that hasn't been amended in the contract. So you are out of that window period of going for free. So now any team has to pay that clause, that buyout clause, for you to be available to them. And Messi is saying no. So obviously the league, La Liga, would come out and support Barcelona because it's a house against itself will not stand. So La Liga has to support Barcelona. Even if he goes for fee, okay, fine, we hear that. But for me, honestly, I think Barcelona should just let him leave because he's done so much for them that they shouldn't be holding him back.
Yeah, I also think the writing's on the wall now. He has to leave Barcelona. It's just a question of having a departure of him being amicable. So no catfighting. So because Messi's legacy at Barcelona is massive. It's massive. So a player like him, even if it does leave, and they all knew at some point that he was going to leave. You know, whether it's him retiring or going to another club. So he could possibly come back if the relationship is still there as maybe a club official later on in his life and actually work at Barcelona again.
Yeah, look, that was the vision, but now since there's catfighting and Messi's not going to training or not reporting, and Barcelona is saying this and that, it's just back and forth. I doubt that vision still stands. So we'll see how it goes. But what I do want to ask you, which I did not ask you last week, is with the appointment of Ronald Koeman, do you think that is a wise decision?
Of Koeman?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think for him it's probably the worst time to be a Barcelona manager because Messi's on his way out. The entire team is in tatters. Are you asking from a Barcelona perspective or his perspective?
No, Barcelona perspective. I mean, because look at it this way: the team is rebuilding. They're getting hold of their old toppies, and Vele guys want to leave. Like your PK said, he's willing to leave. So these guys are leaving. We touched on Rakitic leaving as well. So he's speaking from a rebuilding point of view. So now having Koeman there, is he the right guy to build that team? Because right now it doesn't look like the funds are available to buy stars to fill those spots as a short-term goal. So we look at a Barcelona that has to rebuild. Is he, for you, in your opinion, I know you always want to be on the fence because you're a host, but this time you have to fall somewhere. For you, for that mission, is he the right man?
For me, he doesn't have the credentials to actually rebuild. I mean, he's a Barcelona legend, 100%. And people might say he knows the culture of the club. You know, he's been there, La Masia, whatever you want to say. He won the Champions League with Barca. But for me, as a manager, I haven't seen much from Ronald Koeman.
Yeah.
Obviously at Everton it was disastrous, and then he was doing quite well for the Dutch national team, and that was because he had the players there to actually do well. For Barcelona, a rebuilding team without Messi, without Suarez, and without potentially the funds to get blockbuster signings this season, I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Yeah, no, look.
I don't think so. It's going to be very hard for him.
It's tough. It's tough, but look, I mean, those are the developing stories with this whole Messi situation, and just the Barca situation as a whole. It's not looking good at all. Yeah,
at all. Obviously, City are in the running, as you mentioned.
Yes.
Potentially PSG as well. What do you think about that?
No, yes, for that Neymar-Messi combination, but like I've been saying, PSG and the French league is like, for me, it's where careers go to die. I don't want to lie to you. No disrespect to the French league, but Messi going there would have been an absolute waste. So I don't think he should go there. I think he should go to City and actually
challenge himself in the Premier League.
Challenge himself and be revived with good old Pep and see what goes on from there. But one interesting one could be Juventus. One interesting one could be Juventus.
No, that would be ridiculous. That shouldn't be legal. You can't have Ronaldo and Messi in one team.
And then look, think about Suarez.
No, and Dybala. No,
exactly.
That shouldn't be allowed.
It's interesting. It's more possible. I think it should be made possible, but I don't think it's going to happen. Obviously,
I think he should go to City.
Yeah,
obviously. I think the Premier League deserves to have Messi.
You think so? You're coming from that point of view?
Yeah.
No, look, I mean, I think every league deserves a Messi. Yeah. But in this case, it should be the English Premier League, the most competitive league in the world. So,
and it's going to answer so many questions.
Exactly.
On his perspective as well.
Exactly. Yeah. The question mark that has always been over him. This is his one opportunity to shut everybody up.
And if Stoke City gets promoted as well, it'll answer that question.
Exactly. So yeah, that will be interesting. Man City for me should buy him, but I'm also as a fan, I would like to see Messi and CR7 and Suarez and Dybala.
No.